Welcome to the Market Wrap on Bloomberg Quint. We've seen that the markets started with a negative bias post the decision on what Urjit Patel took yesterday. There was a negative bias. The Sensex Nifty was indicating a downtick. The open, however, was much milder. The Nifty has managed to recover. If you're looking at the traction that happened, this is the opening tick on the Nifty. It fell down and then has actually recovered through the day and pretty much ended close to the highest point of the day. So pretty much in the positive territory. Similar was the case with the Bank Nifty, but the traction that we saw on the Bank Nifty wasn't as much as the Nifty in terms of percentage from the day's low. But nevertheless, the Nifty Bank also managed to end with a positive bias. Select group of stocks, your ITC, your Yes Bank, TCS, having decent weightages on the Nifty. They managed to move up on the Nifty. You saw that some of the pharma stocks, IT stocks, because of the way the rupee has been moving, that managed to move up in trade. Apart from it, if you're looking at the traction, oil and real estate were pretty much the two sectors in which there were a little bit of issues that came in, didn't react. But at the end of the day, because of it seems that the market has factored in the state election verdict that has come in and the resignation of Urjit Patel, and the market ending at the day's high. But in terms of stock-specific action, Yatin, what did you see? What are the stocks that moved? What's happening on the mid-cap end of the market?
Well, Darshan, as you speak, the mid-cap end of the market was quite good. In fact, since the morning only, it was holding high. So the mid-cap end of the market, which is corrected quite sharply, that did outperform the market. So, % plus higher for both the mid-cap and the small-cap index. Now, if you look at the selective action, mid-cap IT, pharma, chemical names were doing, quite well. In fact, Darshan was talking about Yes Bank, and look at the move, almost 7.5% up for that one on good volumes, mind you. Also, we had Sun Pharmaceuticals, Asian Paints, Titan. So the entire FMCG pharma pack did well for itself for trade. Also, private banks like Axis Bank, ICICI Bank did well. SBI also was one of the gainers, 2.5% up for that one. What did not do well was the oil marketing pack. So we have the likes of HPCL, IOC, BPCL, a decline almost anywhere between 2.5% to 3%. But as I was mentioning, the mid-cap end of the market was very active. In fact, if you look at the gainers, we had Punjab National Bank, Max Financial, Info Edge, the likes of Jubilant Foodworks, Glenmark Pharmaceuticals in the pharma pack, and also NBFCs like Diwan Housing, Indiabul Housing have snapped a 3-4 day fall altogether in today's trade. So a lot of reversals and bounce back is what we saw. The mid cap index gained almost 300 points. But let's also listen in to Nilesh Shah of Envision Capital as to what he had made out of the recent verdict on the RBI as well as on the political front.
When we kind of really talk to institutions, they're really not too kind of concerned about what's happening globally. I think for them, when they are making India allocations, they're really kind of in a way figuring out how are India's macro shaping up. And in an environment like this, unfortunately, the focus is really not on the micros. The focus is not in terms of how corporate earnings are shaping out, but clearly what's happening in terms of the macros. And clearly, therefore, there would be definitely questions in terms of what could be the potential outcome of the general elections in 2019, what could be the shape of the next government, and so on and so forth. And these are questions for which maybe some of these questions are yet premature, some of these questions don't have ready answers, and therefore you kind of get into a bit of a period of uncertainty. And clearly equity investors do not like uncertainty, and that could kind of cause them to in a way hold back and wait for things to get more clearer, both on the political front, on the fiscal front, as well as on the monetary front.
Okay, so what's the way ahead in terms of your charts and F&O trends? Let's listen in to our technical analyst who've given their view on what they expect for the markets going ahead.
We're definitely seeing strength on the downside because the market has been volatile, but taking support around 10,330, that's a crucial support zone, and it's bounced back. But what we need to watch out is that 10,650, 10,660, technically that's a very strong resistance zone. So what is likely to happen is that some profit booking will be witnessed at these levels. And also what we are seeing is that Bank Nifty has not displayed any sort of strength. So till the time we don't see some significant strength coming in Bank Nifty, we're likely to see some sell-off happening in Nifty as well. So I would be slightly cautious at least till 10,650, 660. because till the time that is not breached, I would say we could see again witness profit booking and the indices going into some consolidation.
Expecting that the market should find some support in the vicinity of around say 10,350, 10,250 kind of a zone, and the way it has reversed and the overall broader participation that has pumped in, I think this particular move may extend right up to say 10,700. So probably we may see this particular leg getting extended.
Okay, there were quite a few stocks that managed to move in trade today. I'm joined by Sharad Dubey now. Sharad, which are the stocks that caught your eye today?
Yes, Darshan, the first stock which I've picked up is Titagarh Wagons. The stock has ended up almost 4% high. This is based on the news that the company has got an award for around manufacturing and supply of around 5,000 wagons, which will be given to the Indian Railways for around 1,560 odd crores. So basically these wagons will be used to design coal, carry steel and also stones. So basically 1/3 of the quantity of the order will be given in the next 6 months, while the remaining orders will go into February 2020. The second stock which I've picked up is your Cadila Healthcare. The stock was up by almost 2% today. If you see, it's the highest in the past 2 trading sessions after its arm received the supplemental ANDA approval from US FDA for its ranitide injections, which will be treating the ulcers. The third stock which I have picked up is Zensar Technologies, which was up by almost 3%. It's highest in the past 4 trading sessions. This was based on the news that the company was selected as an IT infrastructure partner for European Reconstruction and Development Bank. So basically the company will be providing digital solutions to the UK-based bank. That's all the stocks, Darshan.
Okay, many thanks for that, Sharad. So those are the stocks that managed to move in trade today. But with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Market Wrap. Thanks for watching, but do keep watching Bloomberg Quint.